What's up guys, my name's Brandon and Apple just released macOS Monterey 12.2 a little over 6 weeks after the release of macOS Monterey 12.1. And along with this macOS update, we also got iOS and iPadOS 15.3, which I did make a video on. We also got tvOS 15.3, HomePodOS 15.3, and watchOS 8.4. But this video is all about the Mac, and we're going to be covering all of the new features, changes, and bug fixes found in version 12.2. So let's go ahead and start off with the size of this update. And as you can see right here, it came in just under 2 gigabytes for me on my M1 Max MacBook Pro. So if we go ahead into the About This Mac section right here, you can see I am currently running version 12.2. And if we go ahead and click on that right there, you can see that the new build number is 21D49. And you can see here that with the update, Apple only says that macOS 12.2 includes bug fixes and security updates, but that's it. It doesn't really tell us anything else that's included with this update. And it was the same situation for iOS and iPadOS 15.3. So that's why I'm here making these videos, to let you guys know what's new in these updates. And just like with the iOS release, this new macOS update is mainly a bug fix and security patch update, not really a big features update like probably the next couple of versions will be. So first off, the first thing I want to talk about in this update is the music application. And that's because the Apple Music app has been completely rewritten using AppKit. And this should lead to much faster loading, searching, and scrolling inside the Apple Music application. So the music library, like right here where we have our artists, our songs, and our albums, everything like that, that has already been, natively written. But now the search results pages are displayed with a native interface instead of fetching data as a web page. So now when you search for something or go on the browse section right here and go into playlists, any of that, it's all going to be faster now after macOS Monterey 12.2, after it's been rewritten. And after using this update for a few hours, I have to say that I've definitely noticed a difference in the speed, pretty much on everything I just said. When you go into, pages right here and browse, when you search, everything is just much quicker and much more fluid than it was previously. Now you're also going to get smoother scrolling on the 120 Hz MacBook Pros here in macOS Monterey 12.2. So if you go up to Safari and the About Safari, you can see right here we're on version 15.3 now after updating to macOS Monterey 12.2. And again, this does improve the scrolling. It's just a lot more smooth and fluid. It's actually 120 Hertz in Safari now. And I had to take this off of my external monitor and use the MacBook for a couple of hours before noticing this, because I couldn't notice it when I had it, hooked up to my external monitor. But when I used it on that 120 Hertz display, it felt great. It was definitely a difference over macOS Monterey, the initial version, and also 12.1. Now, perhaps the biggest changes in macOS Monterey 12.2 are the security patches. So you can see here, there are several security patches in this update, all of which are important. But the most important one is going to be the one at the very bottom, the WebKit storage bug. And you can see this is the one where a website may be able to track sensitive user information. This of course made tons of headlines. I talked about this several times here on the channel. It would basically leak out your Google IDs, and you would be able to see browsing history when exploiting this vulnerability right here. So if you go to safarileaks.com, we can confirm that this has been patched right here. It does not detect that I'm logged into any Google account, even though I am. So that is good news that this has been patched. If you want to read more about this bug, you can read it right here, or I will leave this linked down in the description below. But very important bug that has been patched. And if we go up a little bit, there's a couple of other very interesting bugs that have been patched. So this one right here with the Intel graphics driver, you can see the impact was a malicious application may be able to execute arbitrary code with kernel privileges, which is always a big deal. And then this one right here is pretty interesting as well, iCloud. The impact was an application may be able to access a user's files. So again, several security patches in this update, and there was actually more patches in this update, the macOS update, than there were in the iOS, watchOS, or tvOS updates. So definitely much needed this macOS Monterey 12.2 version is. Now for those wondering about universal control, which is definitely the most hyped feature in macOS Monterey, period. I don't know why it's been delayed so long, but I guess it's better to come, more stable than super buggy. But you can see here, Apple still lists this as coming in the spring. We do know that they have an Apple event planned for the spring, so maybe we see this come alongside that event. We'll have to wait and see, but there is no sign of anything changing related to universal control with macOS Monterey 12.2. Now moving on to some of the bugs, the first thing I have to mention is the memory leak bug. So this of course is by far the most talked about bug in macOS Monterey, and this has never been an issue for me. I've never personally had an issue with the config D right here in my activity monitor. It's really never taken up a lot of memory for me personally. But I have been reading around on the forums today after people updated to this, and most people are saying that the memory leak bug has still not been fixed. So that is unfortunate. If you're wondering if this has been fixed, it has not been, at least according to most people online. Me personally, again, I cannot give you an update on that myself because I never had it to begin with. But for those that did, unfortunately, you're still gonna have to wait a little while before you see a fix. Now, one bug I also noticed after updating to macOS Monterey 12.2 is that I cannot go into a quick note when an app is in full screen. So you guys can see right here, I'll go into my quick note, you can see it pops up just like expected. But if I go into full screen right here and then go down to try to start a quick note and I click on it, you can see it does not pop up. I just wish that would pop up above or in front of this screen right here so I could take a quick note when I have an app in the full screen. So that's pretty annoying. When I go out of full screen, you guys can see it pops up right there, but I wish it just showed up in front of this window when I was in full screen. And for those having issues syncing their iCloud music library, that could be fixed in this update. I also never had that issue myself, but if you have, make sure to let me know if that has been patched or fixed in this update. Now, as far as the performance and battery life goes, of course, battery life, I can almost never tell because I'm always plugged in to an external monitor. So my, my MacBook is always charging there, but I would not expect any difference in the battery life going from macOS Monterey 12.1 to 12.2. I would not expect any difference whatsoever. But as far as performance goes, again, if you have one of the new MacBooks with the ProMotion displays, the 120 Hertz displays, you will notice a nice improvement when scrolling in Safari. I spend most of my time on my computer in Safari, so this is a big deal for me and definitely something I could not wait to update for. But even if you don't have a new MacBook with this ProMotion display, the performance is just solid here on version 12.2. Really not a huge difference from 12.1, but you will get some nice bug fixes and of course a lot of security patches as well. So with all of those things being said, yes, you should definitely go ahead and update to macOS Monterey 12.2. It's a pretty small update, a bug fix update. It's really not going to hurt you in any way, so there's really no reason not to go ahead and update to version 12.2. Now, as far as what's next for Apple, I would expect to see a macOS Monterey 12.3 enter the beta stages very, very soon. Sometime within the next week, I would expect to see macOS Monterey 12.3 beta 1, and that will go through the beta stages all the way until most likely the end of February or early March. And then also around March time, really anytime from March to May, we could see an Apple event. It seems like that is planned, at least that is the rumor. And we could see something about universal control at that event. We could see it before then as well. Who knows? But a lot of exciting things coming up. And of course, macOS Monterey 12.3 should also be a much more exciting update than 12.2, which was just a bug fix updates. But anyways, guys, there you have it. That is macOS Monterey version 12.2. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you enjoy these Mac videos, let me know with a comment down below. And of course, leave a thumbs up on this video and subscribe for a lot more iOS and macOS update videos. But anyways, guys, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you soon.